Hey y'all, today I'm gonna be showing you how I made this full meal. I made cornbread, chicken, coleslaw, some baked mushrooms, and my favorite sweet potato, candied yams, sweet potato pie, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna show you guys step by step, so let's get right into this video. Alright guys, so for your chicken, you want to make sure you have your Mrs. Dash seasoning. I like the yellow one. I have both, but I like the original because this one has no salt, so you can add your own salt. You're going to need some ground black pepper, important, garlic powder. You can add fresh garlic too, but I just do garlic powder right now. You're going to use Cajun seasoning because we're doing like a dry rub for the chicken, and onion powder. I also added 1 tablespoon of jerk seasoning, the mild version. If you like spicy chicken, you can add the hot version. But these are the ingredients you're going to need. You're also going to need some salt. I forgot to show you guys, but you do need some salt. When you put it all to marinate, you're going to add some fresh thyme and cover it down with a plate and put it in the fridge for 30 minutes. So I put it inside that pan. I put it in 2 pans, and I took it out after 25 minutes. I cut my finger, so my mom helped me. I made this sauce with barbecue, honey, ketchup, some of the sauce from the chicken, and what else did I put? I put a little bit of teriyaki sauce. So it's right here. And we're gonna use this for the chicken. Y'all, I'm not even a chef, but this is what we're doing today, okay? And I cut my finger, so pray for me. Look, my mom bandaged. She bandaged my finger. Anyways, I'll be right back when I'm about to show y'all the next thing. Alright, you guys, what I was saying was I basted the chicken, so I took that sauce that the chicken made and I put it on top of it. I put it back in the oven. Keep in mind, my oven is on 400 degrees. So yeah, I'm basting 1 tray of the chicken with the barbecue sauce that I made. I'm gonna try to type everything that I use for each step down below. So for the chicken, I'm gonna type everything and try to put it in the description box. But yeah, I'm just basting the chicken. I'm gonna do this process 2 to 3 times. I believe I did it twice, and just put it back in the oven for like 10 minutes and do that 2 times, and then your chicken is gonna be ready because it's already cooked. We just want the barbecue sauce to stick to the chicken. Alright, and for the other one, I'm just basting it again. This is just going to make the top of it be very crispy and have all the flavors on it. So I'm using my turkey baster, and I'm using the turkey baster, and I'm just putting that juice on top of the chicken. And then once you do that, this is how your chicken is supposed to look. It most definitely will look like this if you do exactly what I told you to. And then we're done. It doesn't take long at all. Maybe take like 40 minutes, but you want to cook your chicken before you cook anything else, because everything else is just quick, all right? So this is how it looks. Now I'm going to make the coleslaw. I'm taking half of a cabbage. I already had this cabbage because I made spring rolls the other day. So I'm just cutting this up in very fine slices. And yeah, this is super self-explanatory. Just make sure you're cutting it very fine. And that's basically it. And this was my downfall, but I'm gonna be grating these carrots, and for some reason one of the carrots was spoiled or something was wrong with it, and I tried cutting off the bad part and I sliced my finger open. So my mom was helping me make the coleslaw, so you will see her helping me to add the rest of the ingredients into it and store it and stuff. But yeah, I cut my finger. So yeah, this is the ingredients for the coleslaw. You're gonna need white vinegar, mayo, white sugar, and that's pretty much it. It's super simple. So here we're going in with 1 tablespoon of white sugar. She's gonna put that in the bowl. Then you're going to use 1.5 tablespoons of white vinegar, just depending on how much vegetables and stuff you have in here. You're going to do that. She did 4 big spoons of 1 tablespoon, so 4 big tablespoons, or like 5 big tablespoons. And you could add more, or you could add more if it's not as creamy as you want it to be, but this is what we went with. And you just store it into each other, and you fold it into each other, because you don't want it to like mash up and all kind of stuff. You want to fold it into each other. And once everything is combined, we're going to use some cling wrap and put that in the fridge. So now for our sweet potato pie. Is it pie? I call it candy yams. I put these in the oven for 1 hour because I wanted it to be roasted, just so I could peel the skin off of it. I don't really like them when they're boiled, because I feel like when you boil sweet potatoes, you remove all that sweetness out of them, and that's defeating the purpose. So I baked them for 1 hour. And I waited 5 minutes for them to cool down. And while they were cooling down, I was making the sauce. So we're going to go in with 1/3 of a cup of sugar. Was it 1/3? No, it was half a cup of sugar. Half a cup of brown sugar. And I kind of just make sure that it's not lumpy. So mash it up with your hand. And this sugar is very thick. It's not the fine one. So if you can find a fine one, then use that. I'm going in with some cinnamon. It's like a tablespoon of cinnamon. I'm going in with 1/4 teaspoon of salt. 1/4 teaspoon of allspice. This is unnecessary, so you don't need to do that. I also went in with like 1 full teaspoon of nutmeg. So yeah, I'm going in with 1/3 cup of honey. 1/3 cup of honey, and 1 full cup of Cairo light corn syrup. So I did like 1 cup and a tablespoon of this. Then I went in with 1/3 cup of butter, and use unsalted butter. You could use plant-based butter if you want to, and combine that together. And this is going to be the sauce. Super easy. And once you're done making the sauce, your potatoes should be semi-cool, not too cool, and you just rip off the skin like that. Super easy. Then I just slice it down like this. You could slice it anyhow you want to. I just don't want it to be too mushy, so I sliced it in big pieces. And then I used the sauce, just put some of that sauce on top of it so it can kind of like fall into the creases and crevices of the potato. This is more of like a dessert, so then you do the same thing to the next 3 of them, and you repeat the process. Once you're done combining everything, I'm going to go in with 1 more tablespoon of brown sugar just to finish that off. I'm going to put this in the oven on 400 degrees, the same 400 degrees. Everything is cooking on it. After 10 to 15 minutes, you're going to add your marshmallows from the top, at the top of it. Put it back in the oven for like 5 minutes, and it's going to be ready. Super easy. I love making this. We're going to need avocado oil, garlic powder, dill weed, ground black pepper, and salt. I got 2 packets of mushrooms from the grocery store, and I make sure I wash them. I wash them and I put them in a thing. Anyways, that doesn't even matter. But we're gonna combine all those seasonings on top of it. Use your hands to combine everything together, and then put it in the oven on the same 400 degrees. You cook these for like 20 to 25 minutes until they're a little bit dried, because they hold a lot of moisture. I'm going in with this no. I'm going to make this Jiffy cornbread. So I'm going to pour it in here. I did end up using 2. I used the egg. So you use some condensed milk. And you put that in there together. Since I used 2 boxes, you're going to do all these steps twice. Besides the vanilla. I'm using 1 big tablespoon of vanilla. You don't need no more. And 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. I use 1/3 cup of water because I did not want it to be too sweet because I added all those sweets and condensed milk. Mix it together, and then I noticed I wanted a little bit more, and I wanted the cornbread to be a little bit higher, so I added another box, and I did those steps all over again. Mix it together, and then I put it in this disposable can. I spray it with some good for your heart cooking oil and put that in there. And that's basically it. That's all I did. And this whole recipe took like, let's say 2 hours max because I cut my finger. But this is the final product. It tastes delicious. If you guys try out this recipe, do not forget to tell me down below and tag me in your pictures so I can see. Tell me how it tastes so we can all know, because it was very good. All right, you guys, thank you so much for checking out my channel. I will definitely see you guys in another video. Comment down below. Let me know how you're feeling about this. Bye.